This is a house of learned doctors. You're not a doctor. You're a big, fat, curly-headed
What up, people? It's your boy Kell. It's your boy Danny with We Think We Know Football. We probably do, because guess what? We guessed the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl happening in a couple weeks. Excited for it. Unfortunately, not too excited for it because, it's one of those Super Bowls. Got one of those podcasts coming up for you where we're going to be talking about NFL honors. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Pro Bowl. And we're bringing back a segment that I personally absolutely love. Danny loves. Any warning. I hope you guys love that intro. That intro was really rocking. It was rocking on TikTok. So if you like TikTok, go ahead and follow us on TikTok. We got funny stuff like that all the time. We're gonna start posting more and more. But without further ado, Danny, let's go ahead and break into these NFL honors.
Yeah, and in regards to TikTok, U.S. legal requirements possibly restricting some of us from doing that. But yeah, so anyways,
if you haven't already.
Unfortunately for me, NFL honors, man. We got the all the awards coming up for the best players of this entire year, coaches. We also have comeback player of the year, rookie of the year. It's going to be pretty exciting. I do think that there is obviously going to be a couple controversial picks coming up with, there's the Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen thing, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right, yeah, no, me too. So let's go ahead. Let's break them down. We'll go right down the list. Let's start off with comeback player of the year. Candidates for comeback player of the year, we got Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, and Damar Hamlin. All of these players, relatively good story. I'm, me and Damar Hamlin, I'm not too big on that. It's like, I get it. But,
I don't.
Aside from that, you like that story?
I don't get it. A lot of them don't know why he's on the list. Anyways,
I don't either. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably be on the list next year too. But I mean, it's like, okay, chill out, dude. He's wasn't that great of a player the year before. Wasn't that great of a player when he died. So let's go ahead and talk about comeback player of the year. Who's your pick of comeback player of the year, Danny, and why?
I think Dobbins, if there's like a player who's like a real comeback player, he came back from injury. It's pretty impressive the year that he put up with the Chargers. He went through a lot of stuff when he was with Baltimore. A couple bad injuries, and it was a very good comeback for him. Sam Darnold, though, if I do have to pick one, it's going to be Sam Darnold, just resurrecting his career. He really uh, made believers out of a lot of doubters. He did a lot of things that nobody expected him to do. I got Sam Darnold as the comeback player of the year. I do think that um, I'm not how they rank the award. It doesn't really have to do with injuries and stuff like that. But I think that it should. But um, Sam Darnold does deserve a lot of credit.
No, yeah, most definitely. That's my vote for comeback player by far. Um, we've had some looks in the comments and some people reaching out to us, telling us that they think that Sam Darnold's going to go to the Raiders. And shout out to Raider Nation.
Wow.
Yeah, I know people think that Sam Darnold's going to go to the Raiders. Now, depending on their draft pick, we'll see where that goes. Let me know what you think. Now, granted, hey, if you think Sam Darnold's going to the Raiders, then more power to you. I mean, let us know why you think that Sam Darnold's going to the Raiders. I would like to know a little bit more why you think that is the case. But yeah, like you said, he did really resurrect his career. He did really show that he belongs in the NFL. And like I said before, like I said with Saquon in the last pod, it's not the team, or it's not the person, it's not the player, it's the team. And he reflected that when he went to the Vikings. Assistant coach of the year, we have Joe Brady, Vic Fangio, Brian Flores, Aaron Glenn, and Ben Johnson. Who is your pick for assistant coach of the year?
Um, Vance Joseph snub, by the way. I got to give it to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is pretty good. The stuff that he did with the Lions offense, with all the injuries they had, and he just got selected for a coach for what team was it? The Bears?
The Bears, I believe. Yeah, Ben Johnson. Yeah, he got
Yeah, yeah,
chosen for the Bears.
yeah. It'd have to be Ben Johnson for me.
No, yeah, and I agree with you there. I mean, then again, we're talking about something that I've brought up multiple times, and I know that a lot of people do agree with me on this. I don't believe that assistant coaches should be interviewing during the postseason, and he was interviewing during the postseason. I understand that that's part of, the NFL is a business, and at the end of the day, that's all it is. Now, I think that obviously he was looking out for his best interest, but the move to the Bears, do I like it? I think that is a good move for him. Unfortunately, he'll probably get fired by week 6 because that's the Bears organization. Caleb Williams, like I said, he'll throw 4 interceptions one game, and they'll blame Ben Johnson because that's how the Bears work, and that's what sucks in my opinion.
Do, do you think that it's kind of a it seems like kind of a desperation move when there's still other offensive coordinators still playing, or coordinators in general? You like Steve Spagnuolo, who's you can't interview while you're still playing, but then I think that he would be a great coach for some teams, and it feels
No,
kind of
yeah.
desperate when they do that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I mean, you're right. It could be a desperation move. But at the same time, Steve Spagnuolo, like I said, dude, that guy is the kind of guy who cares about winning. He cares about where he is and he lives in the moment. That's kind of my analysis of him. He's not the kind of guy where he's like, well, I got to look at where I'm going to be coaching in 5 years and stuff like that. He is looking at this Super Bowl and how he's going to win the Super Bowl right now. He doesn't care about a head coaching position next year. I mean, yeah, he cares in a sense. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he doesn't care at all. But if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm looking at paying the man. In my opinion, I would pay, and like controversial opinion here incoming. I would pay. I would pay him more than I would pay Travis Kelce to take him back. I would get him back on the team before I would take Travis Kelce on the team. Would you?
Well, the thing is, and the great point by you. The thing that really, Kelsey has his games here and there. He obviously always shows out in the playoffs. But what's the thing that really closes out these games and has carried the Chiefs? I feel like through the playoffs and through the regular season, it's that defense. They just always come through in the clutch.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. So, I mean, to that aspect, I would, pay him over Kelce. So, but yeah, my vote's going to go for Ben Johnson on that one. Coach of the year. I
Isn't
got
it,
a
isn't
soft
it
spot
funny
for this
that
one.
um,
But
isn't
go
it
ahead.
funny that no matter what we talk about, we end up talking about the Chiefs?
I hate it. And that's how all podcasts are. That's how all podcasts are. And I'm starting to realize, like, what? Maybe that's why commentators are on that Patrick Mahomes dick so hard because they just can't help it. And, like, the world almost revolves around him, you know? By the way, just so you guys know, I did order a Chiefs jersey. My Chiefs jersey should be in here, should be here tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'm going to release and I'm going to post a video of my Chiefs jersey, wearing it in full. Loud and proud. I gotta wear it for the Super Bowl. I had to have a jersey. The Cowboys aren't in it. Patriots aren't in it. No team that I can actually like. So I had to choose a team. I decided to choose the Chiefs. So I did choose a Chiefs jersey. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and release that jersey for you. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested to see who I'm repping, you're gonna see tomorrow.
And
Digressing, but like you
contrarian, I
said,
may, I may, I may have to get me an Eagles jersey just to
you're gonna have to get you an
go
Eagles
against you a
jersey.
little bit.
Oh, just wait. No, yeah, this is a Chiefs jersey. Don't get me wrong. I am very, very, very much going for the Eagles, but this is a Chiefs jersey, so you'll check that out. You'll see it tomorrow. Anyway, Danny, let's go ahead and talk Coach of the Year. And you know how I am with this. I got a soft spot for this one. We got Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and Andy Reid. All the coaches on here, absolutely amazing coaches, all very well deserved. I know I bash on the Chiefs a lot, and I know I hate the Chiefs, but at the end of the day, Andy Reid, he is a damn good coach. He really is. Dan Quinn, amazing coach, amazing coordinator. Sean Payton, he's always been a great coach. Kevin O'Connell, he's been great as well. However, like I said, I do think that Vikings' strength of schedule really helped them into getting into the playoffs. Their success in the playoffs kind of reflected that. However, my vote for this one is going to go to Dan Campbell. The dude has created such an environment in Detroit where it has made it so that people actually like the Lions again. People actually care about the football team, and he's such a likable coach. Like if you don't like Dan Campbell, like it's hard to find a reason why you don't like Dan Campbell. I mean, with that being said, I like when I see him, my heart goes out to him. I love the guy. The guy's a great guy to watch, and he's a hell of an inspirational guy. He cares about his team the way that we care about family. You know? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So first of all, to break down the other coaches before I talk about that, um, great job by these other coaches. We got Quinn and O'Connell, doing stuff with quarterbacks. Sean Payton reviving the Denver Broncos. Who was the other guy? O'Connell,
No,
Payton,
O'Connell, Peyton, Dan Quinn, and Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Yeah, 15-2 Chiefs. And a lack of talent on offense, but still really good. Obviously. But I have to agree with Kellen here. Um, the post-game press conference from the Detroit Lions playoff game really broke my heart.
Ooh.
Just to see the amount of emotion and soul that this man poured into his team, and
Mm-hmm.
you could just feel the disappointment. It's really empathetical. You can really feel it, not just see it. And I think when you look for a coach of the year, especially doing the things that they did this year, winning the conference title, um, I think that's the thing that makes the coach of the year. You really love stuff to see stuff like that.
No, yeah, most definitely, dude. And, I think Dan Campbell, he's a great guy. He's a great coach. And like you said, he does show that passion. He does show that want for his team to keep doing good and keep advancing. And I love it. I love to see it. Um, let's talk defensive rookie of the year. I know that this is something that we did kind of touch on, and we didn't really follow it as much as we probably should have. um,
Yeah,
Cooper
this one
DeJean,
went a little bit over our heads, but
a little bit over
we're
our
still
heads,
we're
but you
still
know what?
watching. Yeah,
Yeah, Cooper DeJean, Braden Fisk, Quinion Mitchell, Chop Robinson, and Jared Verse. Shout out to Jared Verse. Great guy. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick Jared Verse in this one. 4 solo tackles and 2 sacks against the in that loss to the Chiefs. When you're good enough, when you're a rookie defensive man, and you're good enough to get not benched but rested for a game, you're onto something, buddy. And I'll tell you what, Jared Verse is the real deal. I'm excited to see him play in the future. Like I said, great guy, great player. The dude is explosive, and the dude can carry the team. And I feel like that dude is going to be a leader going forward. Um, now, I know you don't really have too much of a say in this. I mean, in regards to what you know about Defensive Rookie of the Year, but if you had to choose a Defensive Rookie of the Year, who would you choose?
I agree with Kellen. That's all.
What
That's
was
all
that? I
I
had my
gotta
head
say.
stopped. What was
No,
that?
no worries. I agree with Kellen.
Oh, you agree with it? All right, cool. I like that answer. I wish my girlfriend had that answer a lot more. That'd be cool. No, but all right, awesome.
Don't let
All
my
right, here's a.
girlfriend hear that.
Oh yeah, don't let your girl. She's in the same room as you. Mine isn't. Mine isn't. She might hear this on Spotify later, and she'd be like, "Oh, I heard your podcast. I heard your podcast, and this is what you said." She's like, "I don't like that shit." But anyway, offensive rookie of the year. This is a good one. Um, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Bo Nix, and Thomas. What's the last guy's name? Thomas something
What
Thomas.
is his name? Tom. I can't remember. Damn it.
Something Thomas.
Uh, Tomlinson. Tomlinson.
No, it's something Thomas. I put Thomas on here. Um.
He was
Anyway,
the running back, correct? Yeah, I believe so. The rookie running
was
back.
he rookie running back?
Yes.
Um. Regardless, it's obviously down. If you had to pick an offensive rookie of the year, in my opinion, it's down to Jaden Daniels. Brock Bowers, or oh gosh, this is a good list. This is a tough list. This is a really, really
This
tough
is
list.
this is and we apologize for not knowing that last guy for the fans who
Yeah,
are
yeah, I know.
but
But I mean, like I always say, guys, let's call a spade a spade. It's down to those four guys. Arguably the three: Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Bo Nix. Poor Brock Bowers. If Brock Bowers had a good quarterback, dude, that gotta be explosive, dude. You know.
man,
Now,
he's really incredible. Malik Neighbors as well, just doing it with quarterback after quarterback after quarterback.
dude, he really is. He really is. And I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go ahead. Who is your pick for offensive rookie of the year? And tell me why you would pick Bo Nix aside from him being a Bronco.
Why I would, besides him being a Bronco. So this is something that I can expand very widely on. Um, Bo Nix. So this is a regular season award, So let's pretend that the playoffs are not real and those didn't happen.
Oh, they aren't real for
Bo,
the Broncos. They're never real for the Broncos.
anyways, anyways, um, so Bo Nix did have more passing touchdowns. He had a more rushing touchdowns, I believe, but Jaden Daniels did have more rushing yards and a better completion percentage. They finished with the same record. I would love to pick Bo Nix, but just some of the things that you've seen from Jaden Daniels through the year with the Hail Marys and just the stone coldness at the end of games,
Oh
closing
yeah,
out
no
games.
kidding.
Bo Nix, I love him, obviously, but man, it's really hard to pick anybody over Jaden Daniels on this list.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. It is hard to pick someone over Jaden Daniels. Like I don't. I've always said the dude's a stud. I wasn't on it. Like
He really
honestly,
is.
draft day, I wasn't really buying it. I knew he was a good player. I knew he was. When it came to the NFL draft, I wanted the Patriots to either get Jaden Daniels or Drake May. I knew that if they got one of them, they would end up, being successful in some way. That said, with with getting Drake May, I feel like he's a real franchise quarterback that you can build around. Jaden Daniels is very, very mobile, and he does give me those Lamar Jackson vibes. I'm not going to say Patrick Mahomes vibes because I swear to God, when people freaking compare modern day quarterbacks to Patrick Mahomes, I'm like, that's great. Can you compare them to any other more generic quarterback that runs out of the pocket? We get it. Patrick Mahomes runs out of the pocket. Here we go. We're talking about the fucking Chiefs again. Anyway, defensive player of the year.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Defensive player of the year. I know you got a lot to say about this one, so I'm going to have you take this one. We got Patrick Surtain, TJ TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, and Zach Bond. Now tell us why your pick is Patrick Surtain, aside from him being a Bronco.
I'd like to acknowledge the fact that Kellen is thinking that he knows what I'm going to say because he does. But um, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. There was a very, very good seasons from these other players, but when is the last time you've seen a cornerback really just have an island like he did this year? TJ Watt had a good season. He had 11 sacks. Zach Bond, very impressive, number one defense. But Patrick Surtain is the truth. He's the next best corner. He's one of the best corners that I've seen in a long time. And his stats don't show how well he played. He's because nobody's throwing at him, and the little bits that they throw at him, he's getting interceptions.
That's a
He's
good
getting
point. Very good point.
yeah, and there's no yards after contact when you throw at Patrick Surtain. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the last cornerback to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, was Stephon Gilmore for the Patriots, correct?
I think so. I want to say yes, but I want to say yes just because he's a Patriot. That's it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
But I'm pretty
oh
sure
yeah, sure. Of
he
course
was
it
the
was him.
last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was the last cornerback to win it. That was about 6 years ago. You don't see cornerbacks win it a lot, but I believe that this is Patrick Surtain's award, and I will be very disappointed if it's not.
I was ready for you to say Champ Bailey. I was ready to be like, oh yeah, last time that something happened was Champ Bailey. But
There's only
no, yeah,
one Champ Bailey.
there is only one Champ Bailey. I'll tell you what, there's only one Champ Bailey, and Arguably, I don't even know if it's arguably. That guy's one of the best corners in the league. I would compare Champ Bailey and Darrelle Revis. Those are my top two guys if I had to pick a corner, all time corner. Um, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna agree with you. Go
Deion
ahead.
Sanders. Can't forget Deion.
I can't. I can't forget Prime. I can't forget Prime.
Sorry to cut you.
But
Sorry to cut you off there. Go ahead.
no, you're good. I can't forget Prime. But at the same time, I like. Yeah, I like Champ Bailey and Darrelle Revis. Darrelle Revis was a Jet, and being a Patriots fan, watching a Jet, like, and even freaking Tony Romo. Oh, gosh, I can't do it. I gotta get it out of my system. Even Tom Brady went on record saying that Darrelle Revis was his kryptonite. He was like, "Dude, you're my kryptonite. Like, you were picking my pockets, man." But going back to the defensive player of the year, TJ Watt, 11 and a half sacks.
Sorry for the
He
rant,
did.
guys. I'm ranting over here. Anyways.
No, you're good. We're both ranting. This is gonna be a long one, guys. Get your popcorn ready. But TJ Watt, 11 and a half sacks, damn good season. Now it wasn't as good as his seasons before. That being said, I think that he was snubbed. Now this is a reason why, another reason why I'm wearing my Micah Parsons jersey, because I did think he got snubbed. Now I do think that if I had to give this award to someone, I am going to give it to PS2. Reason why is, like he said, I mean, and that's just a smart way to put it. Stats don't show it because they're not throwing to him. I wouldn't throw to him either. That pick six he had against the Raiders in the Mile High, dude, that stadium was absolutely electric, and it was banging, it was booming and stuff like that. I mean,
100-yard pick six.
What's that? Oh yeah, it was a 100-yard pick six.
100-yard pick six. Yeah.
It was his first ever pick six, and it was 101 yards, dude. Props to Patrick Surtain. Like, that was absolutely amazing. All right. Favorite thing to talk about. Let's talk about some controversy. We got MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Let's talk about Offensive Player of the Year first. We got Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson. Now, tell me who your Offensive Player Player of the Year is, and tell me why.
So, there's obviously these two awards kind of collide a bit because there's multiple names on the MVP list and the Offensive Player of the Year list. Lamar Jackson is very deserving. Saquon Barkley is very deserving. I think that the Bengals had a great end to the season, but Saquon is just a marvel. He's just something that you don't see every day. We see the stuff that he's doing. 2,000-yard season. How often do you see that? Yeah, Saquon Barkley's my pick.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to agree with you. I'm either going to go with either Saquon or Derrick Henry on this. I know I'm kind of – it's not like an oddball. Derrick Henry, he had a hell of a game, dude. I mean, had a hell of multiple games,
Yeah.
You feed that guy, dude, and, like, I remember when they played the Bills, they fed Derrick Henry maybe 7 times, and all 7 times he probably got 10-plus yards and then ran it in for a touchdown. And you can't help but think, why didn't you do that the entire game? I mean, I get it, they're trying to mix it up. Controversial topic.
I hate when the
I've
Ravens,
never been too big.
every time the Ravens are in the playoffs, they get away from the run. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they do. But you know what? Like I said, I'm a Saquon fan. I am. I'm a Saquon fan. I'm a ride or die Saquon fan. It's hard not to be a Saquon fan. I'll tell you what, and I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments, but it's hard not to like that guy. It's hard. I mean, game appreciates game. And Barkley, 345 attempts with, 2,005 yards, averaging 5.8 yards a carry with 13 touchdowns. That's twice as many as he had last year. So like I said, dude, it's not the player, it's the team. It's not the player, it's the team. I am Saquon all the way. Saquon is going to win Offensive Player of the Year. If he doesn't, that is a snub, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, moving on. Let's go to MVP. Another good controversial one. Now, you know who my pick is. I think I know who my pick is as well. Yeah. Now, this, or with the exception of probably Jared Goff, I think Jared Goff was more of a flash in the pan. In my opinion, I'm sure we're going to have a Lions fan and they're saying, he did this, he did this. Okay, don't get your panties in a wad. Like I always say, my fucking podcast, bitch, get your own. Anyway, MVP list, we got Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Joey Burrow, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, obvious, he's won MVP before. Jared Goff, like I've said. Joe Burrow, he's Joe Burrow, and Saquon is Saquon. But you know who my pick is going to go to? It's going to be to Josh Allen. Now, before I get into why my pick is Josh Allen, who is your pick, Danny? And you break your pick down real quick.
Yeah, so very impressive year from Jared Goff, very impressive year from Saquon. Um, Lamar Jackson is the runner-up in my opinion. He just very impressive, just the way that he just is very solid. He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't turn the ball over. He carries his team very well. But there's one person who does that better, and that's Josh Allen. It's really a heartbreaker that we saw in the last playoffs, but that doesn't take away from what he did during the year. That man is Captain America, Superman, whatever you guys want to call him.
Yeah, and he got Thanos. He got Thanos. You got to wait. You got to rely on
Unfortunately,
Marvel Jesus. But yeah, dude, and I agree with you. Josh Allen all the way. 3,731 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, passer rater of 101.4. Best passer rating.
101.4. Wow.
101.4. That is absolutely, earth shattering in my opinion. And the dude, he can run. He would, still holds the record for most postseason yards in, rushing yards by a quarterback. Considering that Lamar Jackson has made the playoffs as well, and he's been in the league as many times as Lamar Jackson has, found out a cool stat. Their debut game was actually against each other. But considering that, all things considered, I think that Josh Allen, still obvious pick, clear pick with a passer rating like that. Hard not to like him with the leadership role like that. Hard not to like him. Clearly, he loves his team based off of how he reacted when they took that loss to the Chiefs. And, like we said, Chiefs are that juggernaut team that they just can't seem to get over. But props to Josh Allen. He's got my MVP vote. I'm hoping he wins MVP. And we'll just have to see. Moving on. Danny, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Pro Bowl a little bit. Now, Pro Bowl, that's a special thing. Now,
Pro Bowl games.
Pro Bowl games. Danny, you talked about it here in a little bit, and I'll give you my 2 cents.
Yeah, so to be honest, the Pro Bowl was lackluster back in the day. It's really started to fall off. But in my personal opinion, I kind of enjoy the Pro Bowl games. They have the little obstacle courses. They have the dodgeball games. They have the quarterback competitions, and then flag football. Right, that's what they're doing in the Pro Bowl now. I'm not a big hater. I enjoy it. I like watching it. I'm not 100% sure all the names that are the starters for the Pro Bowl yet, but do you know those?
I know Drake May just got announced as a backup.
Alternate, yeah.
Alternate, yeah. So, but here's my 2 cents on the Pro Bowl, okay? And those who are watching, those who are tuning in, give me your 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Pro Bowl isn't the same. It's not how it used to be. In my opinion, it used to be different.
It's changed a
I
lot.
remember watching it with my dad. Yeah, I remember watching it with my dad. It was a good Pro Bowl. It was cool. They would wear pads and they would hit. It was in Hawaii. It was badass. I think, and I'm going to have to disagree with you, Danny. I really am. I think that I always say it. The Pro Bowl is the Beetlejuice 2 of all NFL because it's just a cash grab. The only reason why they do it is for people to spend money and go to it. But I mean, honestly, like it's basically like going to like the swimming pool with like your cousin or your niece and just having them constantly say, "Uncle, watch me. Uncle, watch me. And you having to sit by the pool and having to watch them all the damn time. That's basically how I feel when I'm watching the Pro Bowl, because I'm like, oh, that's cool. Lamar Jackson did that. Oh, that's cool. Joe Burrow did that. But that's it. At the
Yeah,
end of the day,
and,
they don't get
and
anything.
yeah, and contrarian to that point of view, um, the reason that I stopped liking the Pro Bowl before they started doing the games is it really felt like the players were not trying when they were playing these games. They're playing real soft. They were just not putting their effort into it, and at least now they get to have some fun with it. And that's my perspective.
You're right, but I mean, damn, go have some fun somewhere else. Why do I have to freaking pay money to go watch it? The fact that people pay money to go watch it, that drives me crazy.
What do
I
you
mean,
guys
but
think in the comments? Let us know.
yeah, okay. Question for you guys. Question for you guys on TikTok. Question for you guys on YouTube, everywhere. Um, the big question, pondering question. Do you think the Pro Bowl is worth it? If not, why? If yes, why? I don't think so. Danny thinks so. I think that it is a cash grab. Again, the Pro Bowl, in my opinion, the Beetlejuice 2 of the NFL. The only reason why they have it is so they can make money off of it. But let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know, I am us. Just let us know. Let's see what happens, man. Start a fight in the comments, dude. I want to see someone
Let's
fight in the
go.
comments. I want to see someone say, I disagree. I hate you. I know I disagree. I hate you. It's like, dang, guys. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Drop the gloves. All right. And now for my favorite segment, because we have been doing this for, this this damn cast has been going on for a while. We're already half an hour in. But for
Yeah,
my
let's
favorite
wrap it up.
segment,
But that's the favorite segment here.
for your one of my favorite segments too, but this is my all-time favorite segment. Um, moments that the European mind cannot comprehend. They cannot comprehend, right? Now, what is your moment or what is your thing that the European mind cannot comprehend, Danny?
So this is just a little bit of fun that I'm having watching the Pat McAfee show today. Um, Something that the European mind can't comprehend. Did America land on the moon? I'm not sure about that. Did
That's your
America
thing.
land on the moon? That's very controversial. They're very controversial. Did they land on the moon? Was it faked? I'm not sure about that.
So your thing that the European mind can't comprehend is the fact that the Americans might not have landed on the moon.
Could they comprehend the fact that we did? Did we land on the moon? Um, it, it,
All right, so that's gonna wrap up the podcast for today. We think we know football. Hey, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Moon landings, guys. Remember, hey, that blows the European mind right there, guys. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all you guys, all the love, all the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Spotify. Keep those likes coming, keep those comments coming. Let's get a discussion going in the comments. Start talking. Let's start talking about topics. Tell us what you think is something that the European mind can't comprehend. There's a lot out there, including the moon landings. I think the moon landings are up there. But let's start a conversation. Hey guys, Super Bowl's coming up in 2 weeks. Let's get going on it. Let's watch it. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a banger. Even though we don't want either team to win, we'd rather both teams lose. Fly Eagles fly, I guess, guys. We don't want the Chiefs to win. So, much love to you guys. Like and subscribe. We'll talk at you later. Check out some more shorts on our YouTube channel and TikTok. One more time, can't say it enough. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Stay safe and keep the faith.